Hi, we're Stan and Rhonda from Over the Hill Adventures, and today we're going to continue our mini-series on why RVers flock to Arizona for the winter. And we've got a little decision that we had to make about if we were going to buy a
new travel trailer.
Or
a fifth wheel.
So we're going to come up with that decision, and then we're going to give you a little bit of history of the Quartzsite RV Show. Welcome back to Over the Hill Adventures.
All right, so let's get it out of the way. Are we buying a new RV?
No. We're at the 2022 Quartzsite RV Show, day 2.
So, yeah. Well, we got rained out the other day, so we had to come back, you know?
It's great weather right now, and it's beautiful weather, clear skies. So we're hoping to see some of the things that we weren't able to see before we got rained out. So we don't think we're going to get rained out this time, so come with us. So we went back a second day to look at those favorite trailers of ours, and they were both fifth wheels, the Reflection 303 RLS and the Solitude 2930 RL, which was our absolute favorite.
Yes.
And so we've got to be honest.
We love our trailer. If you don't already know, we have a Grand Design Imagine 2500 RL that we bought. Gosh, we've had it just a little over a year and a half now. Oh, not even, maybe a year and 3 months. And we absolutely love our trailer. And
watch for that review, because we are going to do a year review on that trailer of some of the things we changed, some of the things we didn't like, and
some of the upgrades.
The cost of these new trailers really took us by surprise.
Yeah, that was a huge factor.
Yeah.
They'd increased quite a bit from even a year and a half ago.
Well, put it this way. In 2020, some of our friends had told us in 2020 they could have bought 2 of the 2930 RL.
Yeah, for the MSRP that they were stating on at the show.
What they were stating on the show.
Crazy.
And so the expense was just not worth it right now.
Right. Yeah. And you know what's so nice about our trailer is the size, and the bumper to hitch is 29 feet, just a little over 29, and we can get into national parks. And usually when there are no openings, there's usually just one that our trailer will fit into. Like I think when we went to Glacier or we went to West KOA, there was one spot left, and that was our size, and so we were easily able to fit in there.
Well, and it was the Yellowstone one, right?
Yellowstone,
it was the Yellowstone KOA.
Yes,
and they only had one backing spot, and we were able to fit. And if we had the bigger trailer, we wouldn't have been able to do that. So
well, and then there's just a whole new learning curve, and I feel like we've got it down now. We've been at it a little over a year, and with this trailer, and we've got it down, and
absolutely,
we don't really want to deal with the new learning curve yet. So
bigger trailer, bigger problems.
Absolutely.
So we wanted to keep it simple. So I think I think we're happy with where we're at.
Yeah.
Not saying that in the future things may not change, but for right now, it just didn't seem like it's feasible for us, and so we're just going to stay where we're at.
Yeah.
So we also went to go see the Flippin Nomad.
Right.
And what an adorable young lady.
Yeah, wasn't she? Cortni.
Oh my,
she was a doll, and we walk in as strangers, and I think we left as friends. She was so sweet. Yeah. And we got a chance to interview her, and we're going to share that with you right now. Yeah, Cortni is with Flippin Nomad,
yes,
right?
Yes, correct.
And we just learned about her because of the Quartzsite RV Show. And you've done some fantastic things, and I'm seeing it firsthand. This is gorgeous.
Thank you.
You've done 4? Has it been?
No, we've done quite a few more than that. We've done 4 massive, huge overhauls similar to this one. Yeah, but our business is renovating RVs, and we were working with Keystone Montana's a lot in prior years, and Keystone took notice of what we were doing, and so they reached out and they were like, "Hey, let's do one together."
That's
and
always nice.
basically they said, "Here's a shell of a Montana. Here's a budget. Go go build the craziest thing you can come up with. Like, we want the wow factor. We want you to blow the roof off of everything that's ever been known. And so that's what this rig is that we're standing in.
And do you have a team that you work with?
Yeah, so the team is my mom, who's also here. This is Patty down here. She's my right-hand woman. And then we've got another gal and another guy sometimes that kind of help us.
Yeah, but that's not a huge team.
No, not a huge team.
Sometimes that's okay, you know, because you've got the insight and you've got the knowledge, and it's hard sometimes to pass that on to other people, right? So
it is, yeah. And we have about 1,700 people on our waiting list, which is a blessing and a curse. So we're kind of pivoting more into the digital world and teaching people how to do this.
I did notice that on your website.
It's a lot more scalable that way,
right?
Yeah.
You have some beginner courses and things that people can do. So that would be fun. I mean, I'm very much just like buy something stock and keep it that way, and then maybe add this or that. But it'd be fun to watch some of your courses, because I think it would teach someone or make us have a little encouragement or encourage to do something like that.
Yeah, kind of gain the confidence on how to do it yourself. Yeah,
absolutely. So fantastic. And this model is a Keystone.
It's a Keystone, Montana, and it started as a 3791 RD. And then basically just the walls and the windows and the slides are what's left of the original, and we completely upfitted it from here. And there's actually a stock 3791 RD here if you want to go take a look at it. So it's kind of like a live before and after.
Sure, yeah, that would be fun to see.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to see their differences.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to finish taking a look around.
Yeah, help you out. Be sure to check out the bathroom. That's kind of the star of the show.
That's the star of the show?
Yes.
All right.
For the women, at least. The men love the kegerator, the women love the bathroom.
Yeah, I saw the guys already hovering out there, like expecting it to, like, you know,
pour out,
disperse something already.
Yeah.
A little early for that, but you know, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
So after talking to Cortni from Flippin Nomad, we got some really interesting information. And Rhonda wants to share the history of the Quartzsite RV Show.
Yeah, what she had shared with us kind of caused us to dig a little deeper into the history of the RV show. And you take for granted that it's just always been there or something you can go to, but you dig a little deeper and there are people involved and dreams, and it was just so interesting. Kenny King, he was the Quartzsite RV Show owner and promoter, and he came to Quartzsite in 1973, and he was selling awnings at a small show called Clouds Jamboree. Not sure if anybody would remember that. That would go back a few years. And over the next few years, Kenny and his crew sold RV awnings in 4 or 5 different locations throughout Quartzsite, including the Tyson Wells Cellarama. And did you know that that's still what's going today? And that's like that flea market that's across the street that we never got to.
So that's going to be across the road from the big tent.
Yeah, and we wanted to go back there because they had so many good deals and we just didn't make it back. So that was interesting fun fact. So in January of 1983, he decided to put up a large tent for protection, and he sold 10 by 10 areas on the corners of the tent to vendors, which ended up covering his costs for the rental of the Cellarama. After the show that year, 1983, on their way back home to Huntington Beach, which is ironic because that's where our kids live, Kenny asked his wife, "If I drop a huge circus tent in the middle of Quartzsite and call it an RV show, do you think anyone will come?" And the very next year, 1984, they opened the first annual Quartzsite RV Show. Interesting, huh?
And now to this day, there are over 750,000 to 1 million visitors to this RV show.
I know, it's crazy.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah. So when it first started, did you know that he had this great idea, he thought, to charge a quarter to get in? He thought everybody has a quarter, right? Well, no one would come in. So we had live entertainment. Yeah, for a quarter. Of course, we're talking 80s, early 80s, but no one would come in. So I think during that same show, that same year, he dropped the price to free, and people were swarming in. So, and to this day, it's free. So going back to a few days ago when we went to the RV show and we got to meet Cortni, the Flippin Nomad, she shared this great information with us, and we were saddened to learn that Kenny King had passed away in April of 2021, the founder of the Quartzsite RV Show. And he was battling with leukemia, and he lost his battle, unfortunately. But before he passed, his daughter Kimmy and her husband Brian began running the show. And as Kenny put it, they have been in training for this transfer for many years and are more than qualified. So Kimmy King said that she has large shoes to fill, And she wants to remind people that they aren't going anywhere and plan on continuing Dad's legacy. So I think that was important to let you guys know that the Quartzsite RV Show is here to stay. And I think what Cortni was sharing with us, she was invited by Kimmy King, and that there's a realization that there's a lot of young families now full-time RVing who this is their home. So they flip these things, they remodel, they upgrade.
And it looks like Kimmy is looking at a fresh new look to these RV shows.
Yeah. I believe, like I said, she wants to continue her dad's legacy, but also including fun things like meeting the Flippin Nomad.
So a little bit added a surprise to our video today. We're going to talk about some of the trailers that we actually went in and took a look at, just for you guys to see what's new out there. What is neat to know in 2022 is that the RVs or the travel trailers are coming out with some new stuff, like for instance a 12-volt refrigerator running off of solar panels that are on the roof already, and so they're coming with that already, and so that's kind of some really neat additions.
That's awesome. So we're on the hunt for the Imagines, and we found them.
And now we're looking for our Imagine and see what's new in 22.
I don't know. Are they going to have it?
I don't think so.
Well, let's check out. Yeah, we have the 2500 RL.
There's the 2970 RL. That's the one that you like, but we didn't like the bathroom.
Well, let's go see if anything's different. All right, going into the 2970 RL Imagine travel trailer, not a fifth wheel. This is the 2022. This was our favorite. I think our taste has increased. So this is the 2022 model. But I don't know. I still don't know. This is a travel trailer, so it's an option, you know.
MSRP is
yeah,
$64,679.
Yeah.
They've really gone up, haven't they?
Prices have increased, haven't they?
Well, it's good to know I can fit in this one for some reason.
So let's check out. Oh, good. That's good to know. Oh, okay. So the hand pulls or the cabinet pulls have changed. Yay! Because in our 2021, they're really sharp. Yeah, and they come down on the edge here, really sharp. So these actually feel really good. Good job, Grand Design. Thank you. So interior is the same color.
Yep.
You have, what do we got here? This is a, what, 8 cubic foot? So it's got the same stove as we have in our Grand Design 2500. You got the same microwave. Nice little cabinet there.
This is basically.
This is nice though.
Our Imagine on steroids, basically.
You didn't hit your head though, like you did
No,
in that other. This is smart. They put it high.
They put it
enough.
high. That makes a lot of sense.
And I like these cubbies because they're super deep, and we have these in the 2500. Love it. Decent sized sink. Oh, good. They didn't do the plastic. They did like the stainless steel sink. You got all these drawers. This is really a nice trailer. And then you have the cubbies back there by the bed with your USB ports, 2 USBs and 2 outlets. Yeah, no lights. You have the padded headboard there, your overhead. So much nicer on these poles. Hi. And then this is a really nice feature. Look at that. So much more cabinet space and drawers. So that's why your bathroom is not so big. Pros would be that it's a travel trailer.
Travel trailer.
And we don't have to change the truck, and you don't lose the truck bed because we travel with our mountain bikes.
That's
and
true.
I don't know that we want to give up that trailer bed. It's lighter. It's less expensive.
True. That is the positive. It's got 2 air conditioners. That's a positive.
Bigger. It has a fireplace, but I don't know. I don't know it would make that much of a difference to move up from our Imagine to this.
I wouldn't go from our 2500 RL to this. It doesn't make,
not that much.
Not for you
for
and
what
I.
we use it for.
For what we use it for.
Well, and we wanted to see the 2500 2022 model, but it's sold.
It's sold. So, you know, it's in demand. So, and I know why, because it's just a great plan for the couples. We also took a look at the reflection travel trailer, not a fifth wheel, the 315 RLTS.
Yeah.
What a treat that
was nice.
That
it was beautiful.
Yeah, but you're just going bigger now, but it was nice.
It's really nice, yeah. And when there again didn't have the bathroom that I necessarily like. So Grand Design, I'm just throwing it out there. If you can come up with Imagine 2500 reflection.
Without floor plan, that probably would be.
Let's go.
That'd probably be the way to go.
Yeah, travel trailer.
We also went inside the Imagine 3100 RD.
Now that was very different. You walked in, you had your table and chairs right there, and then it backed. There was seating, so it was basically rear den, right?
Yeah, it was kind of rear den. Yeah.
Yes.
And what was and I think we brought it up, you can actually sit 6 adults in this den.
Yeah.
So it's a trailer great for entertaining if you wanted to entertain your friends.
That's so true. And then everything kind of goes around the fireplace, and that was on and put out some heat. Oh, so wonderful.
And that was at the back of the trailer.
Yeah,
so it was
beautiful.
It was a different design, something what we have not seen before. And then we took a look at the Cougar 32 RLI. I got to tell you, Keystone is coming a long way with these light interiors.
Yeah, it was so pretty.
The only thing I think we didn't like about that there was no pantry.
Yeah, I did. That jumped out at me.
And I think that's one other thing that you mentioned. It had no pantry, so that was kind of a bummer. But other than that, and the Cougar LTRLI was a travel trailer.
I think it had the pop out in the front too, in the bedroom.
Yeah.
So it gave you all that room in the bedroom too. So that was really nice.
The next trailer, which I was super impressed with, and the last one we got to see, was the upcoming Alliance. The Alliance has come up hard in the market, comparable to Grand Design and other top end fifth wheels. And I got to tell you, we went into the Alliance 310 RL. And they had all the goodies already in it.
Beautiful.
They had the suspension goodies. It had MORryde suspension already set up in the trailer. There's a lot of neat features, a lot of finish work. I thought it was really neat.
Yeah, I go for what it looks like. I don't know all those details.
Okay, so you remember
12 volt.
This will make you
This is the color, and this is the.
Yeah, because
what does the bathroom look like? It doesn't have a pantry.
We thought the finish of it was really nice, but that was the one that was $125,000.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
So
it was a fifth wheel for sure.
That was a fifth wheel for sure.
Yeah. I love going to these shows. How you can go in and you get to see a slew of different trailers. We even walked through some Momentums just to dream. But anyway, we just had a ball, and they're there if you have questions, but there's no sales pressure, and I absolutely love that.
Went in that big old Momentum that was 20,000 pounds. Oh my gosh.
You'd have to get another truck. Not today.
Not today. So when we went in for our second look to the Solitude 2930RL, once we walked in, we saw some old friends.
Some familiar faces, and maybe you guys will even recognize them too. This is Tom and Diana.
And if you remember our video when we were at the North Rim, you'll remember
these faces.
You'll remember their trailer that we highlighted.
They were the co-camp hosts at Kaibab Camper Village at the North Rim of the Grand Canyon, and we knew we were going to be there. We knew we were going to see them, and unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to spend much time with them. But it was so good to see them, and just felt like we'd just seen them yesterday, and got a chance.
And it's so neat to experience friends on the road and seeing them again. And it's just like
really
time
special.
hasn't even passed.
Yeah, it was really special.
And they're the ones who actually lit us up on the 2930.
Yeah, and if you remember, we got a chance to go through their trailer, and they shared their trailer, their 2020 with us, correct? And they've seen a lot of changes just in the 2 years, right? And especially in the price.
And they're the ones that told us they could have bought 2 of these back then.
Yeah.
So, take a big, deep look before you decide to buy new right now. But you know, it's not to deter you from buying a trailer. That's not what it's about. But my gosh, they got some money going on.
Right, and I still think, you know, you can wheel and deal in this day and age too. I mean, why not? You got to throw things in there, or ask for your weight distribution hitch, right, babe?
Yeah.
And you throw things in there and make it part of a package.
But not on the fifth wheel. On the fifth wheel, you want the big thing in the back. You want to throw that in there all at the same time.
What's the big thing in the back?
Where you hook your fifth wheel to. I don't know what that thing is. I don't know what that thing is
it's
called.
It's a hitch. Isn't it a more ride hitch?
No, I don't know what it is.
I think so.
It is. You're right. It's they also do
so you
make
want
it.
them to throw the hitch in.
You want them to throw everything you can in, and then once you get everything you can in, then you start knocking them on the price. You never pay what's on the tag.
Yeah.
We went into the
Big
big tent, and I really wanted to take a look at the MORryde and take a look at the suspensions, because I have this little bit of fear of watching all you guys on YouTube about you breaking your leaf springs and having problem with the suspension. Not to say that a lot of people unfortunately overload their trailer, which causes their own problem. Having said that, MORryde is more of a wet, they say a wet suspension, so you can grease it, and so you can have a smoother ride, and it's supposed to last longer. They also give you heavy duty brackets for your leaf springs, and so we saw some brackets that the stock brackets that were bent and broke, and that's a scary. So that's what I want to take a look at. We took a look at that real quick, and I think we're probably going to end up doing that before we're heading out to back east.
Well, and what's interesting is we met a gentleman named Scott, and he is a MORryde representative, and he only does Grand Design.
Yep.
And we found out he's going to be at the Grand Design Rally at the end of February in Quartzsite. So we're going to chance to, and he's going to have a seminar too. So we'll get to learn more from him. Yep. And we're looking forward to that, and maybe help make your decision.
I think that'll solidify our decision. I think I can probably do the install myself, but at least that gives us a little bit of idea if we're going to do that and if we really actually need to do that right now.
Okay, so after MORryde, we swung by our friend over at the Hardwares, and Stan picked up a shirt, so we're going to share that with you. And then on our way out of the tent, we stopped by Electric Bikes, and man, that was fun. We had a good time.
If you guys are in the market to buy an e-bike like that, especially from Electric, buy them at the show, because they were like
$8.99.
$8.99.
Show
and
price.
they couldn't put them together fast enough.
I know.
And people were just buying those things up, and they couldn't put together fast enough. I was just really surprised.
I know.
How fast they were going. We got a chance to try them, to ride them.
Signed our life away, signed the waiver, and we got on the bike.
Rhonda was speeding like she always does. But
they were fun.
Yeah.
They were actually really were fun. Now, we like to mountain bike. Not something you're going to put out in the desert and go mountain bike riding, but for our Trail of the Coeur d'Alenes, for our rails to trails, all of those things would be fantastic. Yeah. We could go so far.
Because you can cover a lot of mileage that way.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that pretty much covers it for our final day, our second day and our final day at the Quartzsite RV Show in 2022. And we hope you guys enjoyed joining us today, and if you enjoyed our content, we ask that you would please subscribe and follow us. We also have an Instagram account, so you can follow us there, but you can give us a big thumbs up and ring a bell, and that will notify you of other future videos that we have available. Our goal is to encourage and inspire those who are over the hill like us to get out, get active, and find your new adventure.
And remember this, you control what you watch.
We gotta close it up, wrap it up.
I'm gonna do it. So and remember this, you control what you watch. Say God bless. Ready? and you control what you watch.
God bless.
Until the next time.